Hey guys, Mayflom here. Gonna make a traveler's notebook with Mickey Mouse, but I need a stencil for what I'm going to do. And I have here in my USB drive on the side of the ScanNCut over here, I have inserted the USB drive that has my Disney files. Those are available for an extra cost. You can purchase them if you want, and I love them. I'm gonna go with Mickey Mouse here. I'm gonna say okay. And I'm just gonna move Mickey over to here. And I'm also going to go with Minnie Mouse because I think I wanna make two different designs. Or if not, I just wanna save it. Okay, and move her over here. Now this is all we're doing, is just placing them there. And as you can see, I have some lime green paper because that is going to be my stencil paper. And I'm gonna say okay. And then I'm just going to adjust. Remember, on the standard blade, you can go all the way up, deep, deep, deep. Up here would be like watercolor paper or something really thick, but something not thick enough for a deep cut blade. Whereas down here, this is around a 3. This is kind of a thinner cardstock. So I'm just gonna put that in and say cut. Now that I have this cut out, I've just trimmed away. I decided Mickey Mouse is the one I want to use. I'll save Minnie for future use. I do this sometimes when I have paper like this where I know it's cardstock I really won't use, but I want to find a use for it. So what I am going to do here is I'm just going to take some gold acrylic paint, like so, and a palette knife, and I'm just going to start from the outside and just make sure that everything stays really pressed down. And notice that I'm not putting a lot of pressure, so I don't have a high risk of anything smearing. If it does, and it looks like I've got one little spot, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you what to do. So if it smears while it's wet here and before anything dries, I can just kind of take my finger there and fix it. And in fact, I have even gone so far, this is my stylus for my ScanNCut. If it's just a tiny, tiny bit and you don't have a tiny paintbrush handy, well, you can just go like so. Now, if you wanted to add in, Mickey's got 2 little spots, one in his legs there and one up more. I'm not going to try to add those in, but what I am going to add in are 2 different things. I'm going to find some letter stickers and put a Walt Disney quote here. And I'm going to drip gold leaf over. And I'm very, very barely, like I'm not even entirely sure if I'm making contact, but I'm going to just lightly tap over the whole area with some gold leaf. And this I will leave overnight. And the reason I'll leave it overnight is because I need the paint to dry before I can try to take that off. And gold leaf is a messy thing, but I think it's going to add another layer of golden fun to this project. So I will let that dry overnight and add, I could go back to the ScanNCut and cut out little letters. If I find some quote stickers or something like that that I would like to use, I can use that. And before I do any of that, we just have to let this dry. Now that this is dry, I'm just taking a dry paintbrush and I'm just gently at first, because we don't want to tear anything, going like so, back and forth across. And remember that the gold paint is going to show through. Now we want to be careful, this stuff gets everywhere. So want to kind of try to be careful about that. But you're just going to brush. I like a circular motion. I'll go back and forth, circular, whatever you feel like is working. But you're just gonna go through here. I don't like to use my finger. It tends to be a little too rough at times, although with this paint, it's really sticking well. So I will just go around and remove any excess gold leafing because I don't want any extra. And once I've got everything off, we are set. You don't have to do anything. So I just love how Mickey Mouse is looking there. We don't have to do anything extra. In other words, I don't have to come through here and seal it or anything. It's good to go. If you would like to seal it, you could. Since this is the cover of a journal, I think I'll just leave it be. And I've also decided I'll just stamp with some black permanent ink on here a quote or some words or something to finish this off. But that was a lot of fun, and I'm loving my little gold leaf Mickey. I'll show you another one here. I've got, this one is just cardstock. So if you wanted to not have the dimension, if you wanted to, I don't know, put it in your scrapbook or do something else where you weren't using gold paint, what I like about the gold paint is where it shows through, it's part of the design and it's totally fine. So here is cardstock where I just took a liquid adhesive and put liquid adhesive on here, and then when it was just barely tacky, put my gold foil on, and there he is, the other direction. That's kind of fun. So different looks, different styles. Gold leaf Mickey with the ScanNCut. Absolutely love how this turned out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.